through the Division of Social Development within the Ministry of Carriacou and Petite Martinique Affairs and Local Government, we have started the construction of homes to assist the vulnerable population of Carriacou and Petite Martinique.
It's the Optimist Show, delivering reliable and accurate information. Delivering reliable and accurate information. It's the Optimist Show. It's the Optimist Show, delivering reliable and accurate information. It's the Optimist Show. It's the Optimist Show, delivering reliable and accurate information. It's the Optimist Show, delivering reliable and accurate information.
The Optimist Show is about news, information, entertainment, and activism. Welcome to the Optimist Show podcast, and we want to welcome all of you wherever you are this time, and thank you very much for joining us as we continue to keep hope alive. The Optimist Show brings you the information as it is, and so we are glad to be with you today so that we can share together. Please like and share, subscribe to our channel, The Optimist Show, keeping hope alive.
Tossed and battered, bruised and knocked down, forever changed. But from the rubble, hope rises. The Optimist Show returns.
Well, I want to welcome to this podcast everyone as we continue to bring information to the viewers as well as to the listeners. Today we have on our podcast Ms. Deana Isaac, who is the Public Relations Officer for the Ministry of Carriacou and Petite Martinique Affairs and Local Government. And so in this podcast, we want to bring ourselves up to date with what is happening. There are lots of things happening, and we want to bring ourselves up to date as far as what's happening within the ministry here in Carriacou and Petite Martinique. Good day to you, Ms. Isaac. Nice to have you on the podcast for today.
Good morning to you, Mr. Coy, and to your listeners. Thank you for the opportunity to once again give the people of Carriacou and Petite Martinique and those in the region and the diaspora an opportunity to be updated as to what is happening in Carriacou and Petite Martinique post-Hurricane Beryll. It is 7 months since Hurricane Beryll hit the islands of Carriacou and Petite Martinique. We are on the road to recovery. The Ministry of Carriacou and Petite Martinique Affairs, along with other partners, are doing what they can to assist the people of Carriacou and Petite Martinique to bounce back. From the ministry's perspective, we have Project Build Back Better presently ongoing, and we have 35 houses in Carriacou in progress. Over on Petite Martinique, we have 5 houses. If persons have been paying attention, they would notice that there is a bit of change as to the structure of the Build Back Better homes. They are now being done using blocks. This follows a meeting that was held with P.S. Perrott and Minister for Carriacou and Petite Martinique Affairs and Local Government, Honorable Tevin Andrews, and the contractors about a month ago. So we have some changes to Project Build Back Better in terms of what the structure is like. So before we were using lumber, which is wood, to do the new houses. However, we have since changed and we're doing total blocks. So it's a concrete structure that is now being done. I'm happy to say that we have been able to distribute handover officially 3 of those houses last weekend to 3 of the recipients. We had a ceremony at the grounds of the home of Mrs. Florence Snag in Hillsborough, and all the recipients, Mrs. Florence Snag, Miss Pamela Emmons, and Mr. Codjoy, were very, very happy to be able to move back to their new homes. And we must say that partnership The public-private partnership is very important in moving Carriacou and Petite Martinique forward. And in that vein, the Grenada Electricity Company, GRENEC, is partnering with the ministry to provide some of the furnishings for these new homes. So GRENEC donated things like beds, fans, curtains, stoves, and different items for Project Build Back Better for the recipients. That's Project Build Back Better. However, through the Division of Social Development within the Ministry of Carriacou and Petite Martinique Affairs and local government, we have started the construction of homes to assist the vulnerable population of Carriacou and Petite Martinique. We have not yet started in Petite Martinique, but in Carriacou we've done 18 of those homes. 15 have since been completed. But however, while we noted that we're doing the 14 by 14 and 16 by 18 for the vulnerable, one of the challenge is furnishings. So in that light, when I saw Windward Aid coming into Carriacou to do the water distribution in partnership with Montpio, I immediately went on the website to see what Windward Aid, that charity, is all about. It is a charity that is based in the UK, and I decided, without even getting permission from my minister and PS, to reach out to Windward Aid to assist us with the furnishings for the vulnerable houses. And I'm happy to say that Windward Aid has responded positively. Up to this morning, I've had conversation with the Chief of Staff, Miss Ben, and they have already ordered cutlery, pot sets, sofas, chairs, beds, refrigerators, and stoves for the vulnerable persons that we are assisting under the ministry's Division of Social Development. So at this point, I would like to say thank you to Windward Aid for coming to our aid in Carriacou and Petite Martinique post-Hurricane Beryll. And I think, Mr. Coy, you should also give them an opportunity, because outside of the furnishings, they're also providing water in a partnership with Montpio for the next 6 months for persons in Carriacou and Petite Martinique. So we have that. We have.
No, I was saying, let me come in here. It's a lot to cipher out. We have been saying a lot. You have been telling us a lot, and indeed, from what you are saying there, a lot of things have been happening, positive things. But I want to, we will probably look at some of the other areas in a while, but I want to go back to the start when you talked about the change from wooden to concrete.
Yes.
Whatever reason, why was there some issue that the building back the homes with wood lumber? Was that a problem that you had to change?
In terms of, I wouldn't say so much of a problem, but you know that we do have material challenges in Carriacou and Petite Martinique post-Hurricane Beryll. So the wood was at a time very hard to source, and it was slow in coming to Carriacou and Petite Martinique. Therefore, what was also looked at is the length of time the wooden structure was being taken to build, to construct. Therefore, the contractors, in collaboration with the ministry, when they met with PS Perrott and Minister Andrews, thought that it is best to go and use the blocks instead, concrete structure, and it will take less time to build, and more persons can get the assistance faster. So those are two things that were highlighted:
Okay.
the length of time to get the lumber, and the quickness in constructing a wooden structure against using the wood.
Yeah, okay, I get it. I understand, because I'm asking this question in the backdrop of there was this announcement that the program is being on pause. No,
Okay.
and of course
project,
we don't want understanding.
Okay,
Go ahead.
in terms of the pause or hold on the material assistance program, it's not that Project Build Back Better is on hold, or the building of houses for the people of Carriacou and Petite Martinique under the vulnerable population is on hold. The material assistance program, where the government is between $15,000 and $25,000 to persons on Carriacou to assist with their rebuilding, mainly persons who have sustained damages level 1 and 2. We have put a hold on the material assistance program pending a review and pending the budget 2025 on March 7th. However, persons who have already received approval for their material assistance can go to the hardware stores and get their materials. So we're not stopping the program in its entirety. We have a number of persons, over 2,000 households on Carriacou and Petite Martinique who have already benefited from the program, and some have not yet gone into the hardware stores to get their materials. So let me make it clear. It's only persons for new bill heads that are presently on hold. Persons who have already received their letter, their names are sent to the hardware stores. Kindly proceed to the hardware store where you choose to go to get your material assistance.
We are showing citizens, we are showing residents, national, that the program continues, but there's just a pause in the material assistance. I think that's important for you to re-emphasize. That is what is taking place.
Yes, as I said earlier, Mr. Coy, is that the materials assistance program is on hold pending a review and the budget 2025. However, persons who have already received approval, they can kindly proceed to the hardware stores where they had their bill heads done. It's just that persons with new bill heads, they'll have to wait following the reading of the budget next month, please God.
Okay, I think that is clear. One of the things that you also spoke about is about the different types of construction works that are taking place, not just as an individual or family, but as the government. You have been also engaged in rebuilding. Tell us what are some of the things that you have been able to accomplish so far, and where we are as far as that process is concerned.
Outside of the housing program, which we know housing is the main challenge for Carriacou and Petite Martinique post Hurricane Beryll, we have a number of infrastructure projects going on in Carriacou. For example, we are doing 3 main road projects at present. The top end of the Beryll Hospital Road is ongoing. 400 feet of road is being done in the Prospecol area, Carriacou area, that is leading to Mount Desire. And then we also have a road project in Bellevue South. So that is in terms of road infrastructure. Other projects that are presently ongoing include works on two clinics in Carriacou. That is the Leicester Medical Station and the Windward Health Facility. Over in Petite Martinique, work was being done on the Welcome Center so that the Petite Martinique Medical Station can move there in the interim as work starts on the Petite Martinique Health Center. So we have those projects going on now because our clinics got damaged. Mount Pleasant Health Center, the government will look to address it shortly. Mount Pleasant Government School, the principal and staff and students have been able to return to their new building. I must give credit to the Ministry of Education and Creative Designs out of Grenada who came and worked steadfastly on that building. They're presently working on the pre-primary school as we speak and on the infant building, which is located at the back of the main building. So Mount Pleasant School is no longer operating under tents. They've moved back to the building. They have their new kitchen, everything, and they are quite comfortable. In terms of Dover Government School, Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell, who is also the Minister for Infrastructure, has given the go-ahead to start the process for the reconstruction of Dover Government School. It's going to be a new building, so we can't say reconstruction, but the construction of Dover Government School. So in terms of how government project operates, we have to bring in the consultants, the architect, and everything before you can actually see work on the ground. You have to have the tendering process. But he has given the go-ahead for the start of the process for the construction of a new Dover government school in Carriacou and Petite Martinique. Another project that is about to be completed on Carriacou is our new Windward Fish Market, and that project is one of Minister Tevin Andrews' baby. One of his promises he made to the people of Carriacou and Petite Martinique before getting into office is that a new state-of-the-art fish market, fish center will be done in Windward. So that's a promise that has been kept. We are looking for a February 28th opening. So we've had the new ice machine installed. So persons, stay tuned. You will get an official announcement for the opening ceremony for the Windward new state-of-the-art fish market. So the fishermen coming from Petite Martinique, any side of the island, can actually go into Windward and get the ice, whatever amenities that they need to ensure that their trade continues. Other projects we have, in terms of NAWASA, we had a stakeholders meeting. Minister Andrews called a stakeholders meeting last week before Tuesday. So all stakeholders in terms of who are actively taking part in the reconstruction of Carriacou and Petite Martinique were called to that meeting. We had NAWASA there. You know that water is a challenge for the people of Carriacou and Petite Martinique. With so many roofs still off, we have to address the water situation. So NAWASA indicated that they are looking at a new solar desalination plant for Carriacou and Petite Martinique. So that plant, I know that they've sent out tenders for persons to actually tender for bids are out in our local newspapers for that new desalination plant for Carriacou and Petite Martinique, and to run the distribution lines from Montreal to Beryll to Seaview, and that area in the north and the eastern side of the island, because we already have distribution lines going into the town of Hillsborough and to the southern side of the island. So we have that in terms of water. In terms of Grenec, I also like to say I like to give people from the different organizations an opportunity to speak about what they are doing as well, because they have been working very, very hard. In terms of Grenec, we have Carriacou. 90% of Carriacou have had electricity restored. On Petite Martinique, 45% of the island. Some people may say that is a low number, but the reason for that, in Petite Martinique, we still have a number of persons under tarpaulin, but government will be looking to give them some assistance. And we still have a lot of homes that have been totally demolished in Petite Martinique. So that is the reason for the low number in Petite Martinique, according to Grenlec's branch manager, Mr. Wallace Collins. So, Mr. Coy, all in all, we are working from the Ministry of Carriacou and Petite Martinique Affairs to look after the needs of the people of Carriacou and Petite Martinique. Some people think that a lot is not being done, but we also have to be considerate. Our public officers are in the same situation as everybody else on the island. A number of them have lost their homes totally, but day in, day out, they are there to give service. The Public Works Division is also working hand in hand with all the infrastructure projects that are ongoing, the road reconstruction, the houses, and everything like that. So we just continue to ask for patience. We continue to ask for collaboration, partnership for the rebuilding of Carriacou and Petite Martinique. I know that we're just a few months away from the new hurricane season, and people might become uneasy, but we're asking them kindly to bear patience and let us work together to rebuild Carriacou and Petite Martinique.
All right. Well, speaking with Ms. Deana Isaac from the Ministry of Carriacou and Petite Martinique Affairs, and let me also remind our viewers that at the end of this conversation, we want you to leave a comment about what's been happening here, your observation, and so that we can share with everybody in this process. All right, Ms. Isaac, I want to ask you, basically, you've been talking about the infrastructure development. What else is happening in Carriacou at this time?
Okay, before we go ahead, Mr. Coy, I would like to highlight that if we recall, in the month of November, Hands That Serve came into Carriacou and Petite Martinique and delivered 27 new prefabricated houses for us. However, there was still some minor major works that had to be done to ensure that the houses became livable. So the Ministry of Carriacou and Petite Martinique undertook that aspect of the project. And that included ensuring that the electricity was completed, the plumbing system as well, and also to place steps on all the houses, the 27 prefabricated houses. So the Ministry of Carriacou and Petite Martinique did play a part in terms of the prefabricated houses that Hands That Serve came in to give to us. We are very, very grateful, and we continue to say thank you to Hands That Serve for that collaboration. Earlier this year, a team from St. Vincent, led by the Housing Minister, Honorable Brewster, came into Carriacou and particularly went into Dumfries to look at what we've done so they can do similar in Union Island. So that is a positive for Carriacou and Petite Martinique. So we had a team of 3 ministers from St. Vincent and his team from the Ministry of Housing, his engineer, and one other person came into Carriacou to use what was done in Dumfries as a model for what should happen in Union Island. So that project is almost completed. The people should be able to move in short order. Grenec has started to plan the poles to bring electricity to the houses there. And also in the Dumfries area, in another collaboration with a company out of the United States, Happy Homes, we have presently the foundations being built for 20 prefabricated houses for Carriacou. Yes, we were looking at bringing some of the prefabricated houses to Petite Martinique, but that is presently being considered. So in short order, persons on Petite Martinique will know what will be done in terms of prefabricated houses for Petite Martinique. And as I said to you, we have the road projects outside of knowing that housing is the main challenge now for Carriacou and Petite Martinique. We still continue to do upgrades to our roads. There's a team led by Mr. Shem Kwamina from the Public Works Division that is also working to clear inner roads, access roads that are not on the main. So they're also assisting in that light. All in all, things are happening. People may say it's slow, but we have to consider that contractors in Carriacou, we do not have enough of that. We do material shortages also plague the reconstruction progress. But we continue to ask for persons to be patient, to collaborate with us, whether you're an individual or you're a regional or international partner. We are open for assistance because we want to ensure that persons in Carriacou and Petite Martinique are secured for the upcoming hurricane season. And you mentioned about Windward Aid. As I said to you, it's a new charity that is based in the UK. You can reach out to them to find out some of the things that they have been doing to assist Carriacou and Petite Martinique. As I said to you, they've committed initially $40,000 towards furnishings for the vulnerable population in Carriacou that the Division of Social Development have started to build houses for. As I said, we have 15 of those homes completed. Project Pristine, our cleanup efforts are continuing. We've already tackled 2 playing fields in terms of restoration. That is the Dover government, the playing field at the Dover government school site and Mount Pleasant playing field. So the Division of Sports, together with Mr. Williams, who is our maintenance supervisor on Carriacou, have been working really, really hard to restore those 2 playing fields. The stadium, while the field was not damaged, mainly the buildings, the pavilions that sustained major damage, we have not been able to start work on the stadium. However, it is being utilized for sports. Dover Government School, despite of them still being under tents, and the ministry and the government of Grenada, by extension, is looking to make it more comfortable for the staff and students of Dover Government School. They have been able to host their annual inter-house competition. So we must commend Dover Government School for taking the lead and to ensure that the students have some sort of physical activity to keep themselves occupied as they continue to recover post-Hurricane Beryl.
All right. You spoke a lot about some of the areas. You talk about social services and what they are doing through WinOD. You talk about issues of personnel management and so on. But let me just ask you this, and you can probably we can probably close after this. But what's the state of health in Carriacou? Do we have health under control? Can we respond?
The Princess Royal Hospital was they lost their roof during Hurricane Beryl. I'm happy to say that they have moved back to the Princess Royal Hospital after almost 3 months operating at the Hillsborough Clinic. So the health services are up and running. As I said to you earlier, the Windward Health Center and the Leicester Medical Station are presently undergoing reconstruction works. So in very short order, they should be open to offer services to the public. Last year, we were able to commission a new dental chair and other equipment at the Hillsborough Medical Station. So all in all, healthcare is up and running. Persons can access healthcare services at the Princess Royal Hospital and on Carriacou at the Hillsborough Medical Station. Dr. Davis, who is the district medical officer, is there daily to give for persons coming from the communities. For example, I know the days for persons from the Mount Pleasant and Granby community remains on a Thursday. So persons from Mount Pleasant who need to see the doctor can go to the clinic in Hillsborough on Thursdays. So it's up and running. The nurses are going out to the field when they have to go to check on their patients, but we still need some support in terms of medical supplies. I have been in contact with the administrator because there are persons out there who are working to bring in certain equipment to Carriacou and Petite Martinique, and she did highlight that they still are in need of medical supplies. But to get a more detailed list, we can ask her to do one and we can share it to the public so persons out there who are willing to support can see exactly what is the need. So as I continue to say, Mr. Coy, housing remains the main challenge for Carriacou and Petite Martinique. Water, we are working together with NAWASA to see how we can address the water situation. We do have black tanks out in the communities. So with NAWASA, we're still dependent on NAWASA to fill those tanks. But sometimes human resource can be a challenge on Carriacou and Petite Martinique. So maybe if someone out there who has the license, but I leave that up to NAWASA to put out that call in case they need a driver for the water truck that was donated through Reno and the Barbados Water Authority in the aftermath of Hurricane Beryl, so that persons in the communities can have access to clean water.
All right. Well, I think that's where we'll leave it for the time being. This is a continuous program of discussions, updates, so that our viewers can have a clear idea as to what's taking place and what's happening.
And
So,
Mr. Coy,
although I say that,
I always like to say that the recovery of Carriacou and Petite Martinique cannot be done by the government alone. We need partners. We need organizations to help us, whether it is with building materials or furnishings such as stoves, refrigerators, chairs, especially for our senior citizens and persons that we consider vulnerable. We continue to put out that clarion call that we need partnership. It cannot happen through the government's assistance alone. We need it, and we also want, as Pastor Reverend Romain from the Glad Tidings Assembly highlighted during her sermon at the 51st anniversary of Independence Church service, on February 2nd. We need that community spirit to return in Carriacou and Petite Martinique, where each one help one. Let us be our neighbor's keeper. Let us look out for each other. If my neighbor is putting up his house today, I can go and help him. And next week, please God, we move on to another neighbor. We need to come together to build back that community strength that was once prevalent in Carriacou and Petite Martinique. Let us not just look on the government alone or even our international partners alone to help us. We also have to help ourselves.
Well said. And thank you so very much, Ms. Isaac, for taking the time to chat with us, giving us some updates as to what's happening in Carriacou. So the next time we speak again, we will probably get some more updates from you as to what is happening.
Definitely.
Just before you leave, the budget is when?
March
The
7th.
budget, what date is the budget?
March 7th.
March
So
7th.
persons
Yes.
can look out to hear what's in store for Carriacou and Petite Martinique as we continue on the road to recovery.
When we would have known what's in the budget for Carriacou, you and I could probably, when we come back here, could talk about that and why is it
Definitely,
important.
because it's all about the reconstruction of Carriacou and Petite Martinique.
Yes.
And
Yes.
something I failed to highlight is the division of youth. I know that we have a number of young people on Carriacou and Petite Martinique, and we want to continually engage them in positive activities. So the division of youth has a number of programs targeting the young men and women of Carriacou and Petite Martinique. They have started registration for Elevate Her, which is a program targeting the young women of Carriacou and Petite Martinique, and they're looking at restarting the National Youth Parliament program and a number of other programs, the STCW, which targets persons interested in seamanship, working on boats, and other areas. They can always contact the Division of Youth at the Ministry of Carriacou and Petite Martinique Affairs. The officers will be there from tomorrow. They are there. So also from tomorrow, please God, they can also check to see what youth programs are available. So the Division of Youth is quite active as well in ensuring that our young people are positively engaged.
Okay. Well, thank you again. Thank you again. Looking forward to another conversation as we go forward together.
I'm always happy to provide the updates from the Ministry of Carriacou and Petite Martinique Affairs, and I continue to ask for patience and collaboration. Thank you so much. All right.
Thank you. You are welcome.
Bye-bye,
All
Mr.
right.
Have a blessed day.
Poultry Weeks.
This song is dedicated to all my people. We shall rise. We shall rise. Oh, rise. And we shall grow stronger than before. We shall rise. Oh, rise. And we shall go further than you know. We shall rise above all nations. No more shall we be under the ocean. One heart, one nation. So shine your light on me, my beautiful people. Come on and set us free. We shall rise, oh, rise, and we shall grow stronger than before. We shall rise, oh, rise, and we shall go further than you know. Deep, deep, Lord, people crying, calling for their Savior. Lord, can't you hear us? Can't seem to find a way home. beautiful people. Hold on, my beautiful people. We shall rise, oh, rise, and we shall grow stronger than before. We shall rise, oh, rise, and we shall go further than you know. Deep, deep, I keep on crying. I keep on crying. Can't seem to find a way home. Can't seem to find a way home. People crying. Can't seem to find a way home. Can't seem to find a way home. Can't seem to find a way home.
It's estimated 1 in every 10 people in Grenada have the sickle cell trait. Having the trait does not mean you are sick or unhealthy. Very healthy people have the trait. Unfortunately, many of these people are unaware that they carry the trait. You see, when 2 people with the trait have a child, there is a 1 in 4 chance that the child will be born with the sickle cell disease. That is why it is important to know if you have the trait. Sickle cell is associated with life-threatening conditions and it can be very painful. You see, the body's red cells can pass freely through the arteries and veins, but the sickle cells can get stuck, and this is what causes pain. This disease, you cannot catch it from someone. It is inherited. You are born with the trait or the full-blown disease. It comes from your parents. So let's talk sickle cell and what it is about and what can be learned about it and how to live with it. Let's all make better decisions about our family's health by learning the facts and getting tested. A message from the Sickle Cell Association of Grenada. Please call 458-6399 or email us at grenadasc@gmail.com.
Thank you for joining the Optimist Show. Please let us know what you think by leaving a comment and giving us a thumbs up and subscribing, and of course spreading the word. You can always rely on the Optimist Show to deliver accurate information, and guess what? I'll see you on the next show.